So it's the 1st of August in the year of our Lord 2025. And today we're going to very quickly talk about how do we get our CDL. So here we go. First thing you're going to need to do is be 18. So you must be at least 18 years old. If you want to go over the road, you're going to need to be 21. So you can be 18 and drive around the state in a commercial vehicle, or but you can't leave the state, or you need to be 21 to go all over the U.S. So once you've done that, next thing is you're going to want to get one of these books, Safety Regulations for FMCSA. This is a 2017 edition, but they're all about the same. Do I have to learn everything in there? You need to know quite a bit. So, what all does that cover? So, what all does the book cover? On my screen, that you can kind of see it a little bit. These are practice tests. Now you will take the test. Okay, first of all, where do I get a book? You can get these books online, and you're going to need to know where this is anyway, your local driver license testing facility in your state, whatever your state is. Sometimes that's the highway patrol station, and sometimes it's different. Otherwise, you'll need to get one online. Now, once you've got your book and you've studied up, if let's say you're going to do this on your own, you would make an appointment usually to go to your testing facility and take the test. Now, when you do that, you just call up your highway patrol or you look online, and they'll tell you when you can come, what you need to bring, that sort of thing. Now, different states have different tests, and I don't know what your state might have, but in general, you got 6 categories. You can take all 6 tests. You don't have to pass them all. In other words, you have tests for hazmat, tankers, triples, but you also have general knowledge, combination vehicles, and air brakes. Now you can take, and they'll usually ask you which test would you like if you just tell them all of them. And if you pass the hazmat or you pass the tanker, I don't think it's any difference in price, whichever, but you do have to pass the general knowledge, the combination vehicles, and air brakes. So assuming you do that, you would then have a permit to drive with a licensed driver in the passenger seat. You can now drive commercial vehicles, and that's supposed to be your practicing time. So, like I said, if you're doing this on your own, you would go to wherever, and now you can legally drive on the road. I don't think you can start hauling stuff, but if you're somewhere where you've got people who have trucks, then who knows what you're doing. Maybe you are hauling. I don't know, but you need to practice. And then, of course, you come down and do a road test. So you have to bring the vehicle that you're going to drive For instance, you can come you could go to U-Haul and rent a U-Haul truck, a straight truck, and drive down there to the Highway Patrol or the testing and test only in that. But you're not going to get a Class A CDL. You're going to get a Class B CDL. And that's only going to allow you to drive straight trucks. And if you're like Home Depot or some other, that's all they may require. But you still have to pass the same 3 tests, the written test, as someone who gets a Class A CDL, a full CDL, whatever you want to call it. All right, so okay, I'll just tell you what I did. I had one back in like the 1980s when I started. We didn't have CDLs then. We had Class A commercial chauffeurs license. And what that meant was you just basically took a little bit longer driving test and you could get a commercial chauffeur's license. And you could at that time have them from any state, several states. At one time, I literally had 3 valid commercial chauffeur's licenses. That's just the way it was back in the 80s. So that's not the way it is today. Today, you go down, you take your test, doesn't matter what state you're in, whatever state you're in, you can go to, if you're like me, you took your test in Oklahoma, I could still go to North Dakota and work. My CDL there is just as valid in North Dakota as it is in Oklahoma. And anywhere else. I can go to any state, anywhere with the Class A CDL, and you can drive for any company. So that's not the issue. The issue is just getting your license. Okay, so basically you take a written test, you go get some practice somehow, and then you go take a driving test. And once you've completed those 3 things, you will get a little sticker from your testing place. You'll go to your licensing agency for your state. You'll pay, CDLs are significantly more expensive than a regular license. I renew mine, I think it's $75 a year to renew them. I don't remember what it cost me to get it. I've had mine for over 20 years and I don't remember what it cost, but it's more than a regular driver's license. So, stage 1, get your CDL. And they last a long time. Now, I think my last one was 8 years, maybe. Something like that. It's a pretty long time. I'll have to look. I'm not going to look and check, but they last a long time. So, get your CDL. Good luck. Thanks for watching.